Well, hey, what's up? Welcome to the Professor Podcast. Unannounced. This is guerrilla podcasting. We just show up and talk. No notice, no nothing. And as I can see, no one's watching. That's fine. Maybe you guys will watch once the stream is ended. I like to do this. I'm going to start doing this every week. It's fun. I just been doing it for a couple weeks now, and I really enjoy it. I enjoy the interaction because I'm not on social media, so it's really nice to kind of hang out and talk. And there's several things that I want to talk about as your, hey, Shubham, hello, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Singal. Shubham, you are first. Yes, you are first, not only in all the comments, but in my heart. So please tell Mama Shubham I said hello. Talk about a few things, kind of talk about some topics, and then as questions come in, I'll address the questions. The first thing is Pakistan is an American news, right? It is an American news. Donald Trump has come out and has warned all of the American airlines not to fly over Professor. Oh, hey, Professor. Hey, what's up, bud? Not to fly over Pakistani airspace. That is alarming, and that kind of took American media off guard of like, what? That's kind of weird. Why wouldn't we fly over Pakistan airspace? They're an ally. Well, what I understand is there are assets on the ground. There are assets on the ground. Dude, harsh shit. I agree. I'm sure he did say hello from the hello right back to him. Somebody needs to ask him, what's it feel like with a missile up your A, right? Put a missile up your butt, buddy. My word on the street is that there are assets in Pakistan that are surveilling. They are surveilling installations, and the ISI is aware of that, and they're trying to track it down. And there is a crunch coming. Now, who are the assets? The assets could be a combination of Indian, and I know for a fact that there are Indian assets across the LOC. I know that. And people say, no, that's not true, but it is true. It is true. I know that. And it could be American assets, from what I understand, coming in through Afghanistan and Israeli. Very interesting thing going on in the news. SK Ronan says, send my heartiest New Year wishes for you and your family. Well, thank you. Thank you, SK. Appreciate it. Kashi. Hello, Kashi. I have no idea how to pronounce Russian names when I see it in the Russian font. Well, welcome from Moscow. Mr. Dash, how are you? I appreciate the offer. If I come to, what state is it, Mr. Dash? Shubham, thank you for killing Iranian general. He once planned terror attack in New Delhi. Well, I didn't know that, Shubham, and you're welcome. You're welcome for that. And there's much more coming too. People in India, I'm reading the comments, people in India love America. Well, I love India. Josh L. says, how you doing, Professor? I'm doing well. Mr. Dash says, New Year wishes to you, Warrior Queen, and your fans. Well, thank you, Mr. Dash. That's very kind. I didn't know that. Yes, so he did plan an attack on that. I didn't know that. And there's more of this to come with Trump, and you'll see in the American news is talking about how Donald Trump is going to start. He's going to start World War III. And I'm just telling you, that's not Trump's MO. Trump has nothing to do. Okay, Odisha. Thank you, Mr. Dash. Trump idea of conflict is much different than other American presidents, and I'm going to give you a couple of examples of this. When we had Bill Clinton, a lot of you guys are young. A lot of our friends here in India are young and probably don't remember Bill Clinton, but actually in office. But what Bill Clinton would do is he would launch a cruise missile, a Tomahawk missile, and he would take out some aspirin factories. So something would happen. And we would shoot some missiles off. We'd blow up some buildings, and nobody was really sure what we were hitting. Like, it was never really reported to us. We never had confirmation. Like, did we just take out a military installation, or was it just a tent that had camels in it? We have no idea. And then that was kind of his approach. And I think what Clinton's approach did was it just kind of put the fear of God into people, like, oh no, this guy will fire missiles at any moment. Maybe we should just calm down. Now, Bush said that he wasn't going to do that when he took office. He said, listen, I'm not going to waste a $6 million missile. We'll put troops over there and we'll put boots on the ground. And, um, and that's kind of, let's take a look at the questions here. Or the Clinton well enough. Clinton never got along with Indian leadership. Yeah, that's very, very true. He was very anti-Indian, and a lot of Democrats are. A lot of liberals are. The woke culture is, and we'll kind of talk about that in the middle later on that. Um, and so Bush wanted like conventional warfare. He thought that was better. And if you remember, like Desert Shield that his dad started, then he took it into Desert Storm and became the Iraq Gulf War, Afghanistan Gulf War. And there were weapons of mass destruction. Everybody remembers the weapons of mass destruction, and Bush wanted to put the military in, which is still going on. Now, when his father started this whole thing in the Middle East, I was 18, 19. I could have spent my entire military career in Afghanistan. How ridiculous is that? And I was listening to some people talk on radio yesterday morning, um, and and the question came up, and I thought this was a very, very good question comment. Now, America has gone in and has invaded the Middle East, right? We've done that. And we told the world, listen, there's weapons of mass destruction. We have to do this to protect the world. We're going to just take them out. And it's turned into a huge occupation. And I just raised the question, what if Russia did that? What if Russia got intel saying Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction? He's planning on using it on Russian allies and its people, and we're going in to stop it. Do you know what the outcry would be? The outcry would be huge. The outcry would be huge against Russia for it, which is unfortunate. So Bush puts us in this war. We have then Obama, who Obama really, in my estimation, is a member of the Muslim Brotherhood, and people don't ever want to talk about that. So his view of America and American power and American influence is quite different than anybody else we've had before. He begins to put people in leadership like John Brennan, who are devout communists, and Obama sees his idea of we're going to lead from behind. So listen, we're going to start getting out of this, which we never really do, and we're just going to lead from behind. We're going to make other people kind of do the heavy work, and maybe we'll come in with a drone strike here or there. So Obama introduces us this idea with drone strikes, and Obama does some things with drone strikes which were good, but he also did some things that were bad because he drone struck an American citizen without trial. You can't do that, and that's never ever talked about. And so Obama's, I think, foreign policy really had to do more with like, let's make America, let's remake her in the image of, I don't know, the Netherlands. We need to be like that, where there's where there's drugs are allowed, prostitution is allowed, and let's get out of this whole thing because we're kind of more of a socialistic idea. Obama moves the pendulum. There's a pendulum to every political party, right? India, every country has a pendulum. You have the BJP in power because somebody came along before that and moved the pendulum to the left. And people fill in and say, we don't like that. We want to be in the middle. And they move it right. So then you see this, you see that this is he was pushed back and you get the BJP. The same thing happened with Trump. That Obama began to move this pendulum to the radical side, and now we have this national movement that's coming where Trump's completely the opposite. So what Trump's view on war is let's not put troops on the ground. Let's not waste our time blowing up buildings that maybe we hit somebody, maybe we didn't. Why don't we just smoke these people? Let's just smoke them. And so what we have is the Iranian general who is, a terror mastermind across the world, who was planning attacks in Kenya, Turkey, Lebanon, and there was like seven. Well, Josh L. Obama claimed to be a Christian, but he really wasn't. A lot of people claim a lot of stuff, right? I can tell you, I claim to be an heir of Brunswick bowling, which means nothing. Um, I think when it comes to being claiming to be a Christian, I think what happens is it's the fruit of the person. And so Trump has taken this approach of like, why don't we just wipe? We know where they are, right? We know where they are with our technology, with everything else. Why don't we just wipe them out? Why don't we just wipe them out? And that's what happens. We see that happen quite a bit. And then what you're seeing in America about what has happened with this Iranian general guy is the Democrats, who are very much like the Congress Party, have come up and said, "Oh, that was illegal. You can't do that. You can't. That was so wrong." And Harshit, thank you, sir, for the rupees. Appreciate it. Ilhan Omar, and he brings her up, came out and said, I stand with the people of Iran. And if you were to roll the clock back 50 years, Omar's comments, Tlaib's comments would be held as treasonous. They would be held as treasonous. Sonia Gandhi crying yesterday about it is just completely ridiculous. That she would cry about that. Sonia Gandhi, I'm going to just tell you, the Gandhi family has some real, I think, credibility issues. Because as you trace the family back, number one, you get this name Gandhi. And I think that's done on purpose to kind of confuse people like me, like, oh, they must be related to Mahatma Gandhi. They're good people, right? I don't know. Like, I'm going to change my name to Washington. I'm George Washington, the 15th or whatever, the 35th. So people kind of confuse my family with, was he one of the founding fathers? Although I will tell you this, Bowling is my last name, came over on the Mayflower. We were slaves. We were serfs, indentured servants. That's true. My people come from England, which were actually if you go back in the biblical times, they were Phoenicians. They were the Phoenicians in the Bible, but whatever. They Bowling family were, biblical enemies of Israel, the Phoenicians. And when the Phoenician Empire fell, they split into two directions. Some went into what became England. Others went into what became Turkey. And there's a weird genetic component to the Phoenicians of some chromosomal thing that you're able to tell which branch you came from. Are you really a Bowling that's from the Turkey side, or are you a Bowling that's from the English side? Which, okay, whatever. So, anywho. But you have the Gandhis changing their name. You have the Gandhis doing their thing. And when you start looking into the Gandhis, I think what you find is they're not authentic. They're not of Indian descent. They're not. They are a plant into. In India to try to control India. And I think you can make some real conjecture that the Gandhis are Russian agents. Quite honestly. And that's really kind of sad to see. So let's just take a moment and look at the comments here, because I see them going, but we've been talking. So people are talking about Sonia Gandhi is delusional. She's not Gandhi. I agree. Rahul Gandhi is in Bali vacationing. Well, that must be very relaxing for Rahul. Has Rahul ever really had a job? Has he ever really done anything? Is he like Obama, where he's just kind of never done anything? Curious. Serb, I see there is a comment in Cyrillic, and I have no idea what it is, sir. I apologize. Sonia Gandhi has some serious lobby with Chinese MSS spy agency. I think as you look at the migrant Gudita, and I apologize if I misspoke on your name. There's some serious problems with Gandhi. They really, if it were me, and I was in a position of authority in India, like, I don't know, some kind of security system position, I think I would begin looking at the Gandhis and trying to prove sh- should they be in prison? Are they traitors to the Indian people? And I'm sure people who live in India have a stronger opinion about that. I'm just outside looking in. If I can start to put things together, and I don't even live there, and I've been with you guys, I've been kind of exploring the Indian thing for what this going on my fourth year. In 4 years, if I can kind of be like, wait a minute, this something's not right here. Um, mm, mm. Somebody asked, where was the comment at? Biz, and again, I apologize for butchering your name, Bizwatji. Do you think Iran is going to go to war with us? I'm guessing, or is Iran and U.S. going to go to war? No. You mean a war? We're already at war with Iran, but I think if you're asking like a traditional war where there are going to be troops deployed and we're going to cross the border, Josh L. Yes, she is Italian. We're going to cross the border and invade Iran. No, we won't do that. It won't happen. What you're going to see there's a war going on. It's an economic war. We have sanctions on them that are so hard, just squeezing them. And I think what you're going to see is there will be more special delivery via drones in response. I think if the supreme leader of Iran came out and said, "You will pay for this. You will pay greatly." I'm telling you, with President Trump, that's fine. What you going to do, man? Because whatever punch you come with, we're going to come with something 10 times as much. And so I think you'll see things happen where their interests are taking out, and it'll be a proxy war. Kind of like what we did with Russia, where maybe we start arming Iraqis to cross the border in there. I wouldn't be surprised if if we get into the war with Iran, we're behind the Iraqi army, and they're going to go and roll in there. The Gandhis are Pakistan agents. And I think it's probably more nefarious than Pakistan. Because Pakistan is a losing battle. I think Pakistan India conflict probably would have been. She is an Indian citizen now. Oh, granted, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. Although I shouldn't comment on that, because I know in America, you have to be an American citizen. Like you have to be born of an American citizen to be president, to be leader, and then maybe it's different in other countries. So I don't know. I won't speak on that because I may make a fool of myself. Um, the Pakistan India rivalry, military rivalry, was probably equal back in when did the partition happen? 47, maybe 49. But India has pulled away with so much technology, so much military upgrade, so much patriotism. They're an open society. Well, you guys know that you're a democracy, open society. Pakistan can't even keep up. So what you're talking about is we have a saying in America. They brought a knife to a gunfight. That's really kind of what Pakistan is doing with all their kind of. They have to resort to kind of a guerrilla warfare approach to deal with India and be more of a nuisance because they can't take them on. If Pakistan rolled their army out and said, you know what, we're going to invade India and just going to be a traditional war, it would be over in a couple days. It'd just be completely over, man. Their equipment is junk, their leadership is junk, their ideology is junk. They're just not going to uh, um, they're just not going to be able to stand. Thank you, Harshit, again for the rupees. I appreciate it, and I agree with you. Trump and Modi do get the kind of the attaboys for fighting the deep state, and well, let me read the comments here again. Why is Tulsi Gabbard? What happened to Tulsi Gabbard comment? Okay, why is Tulsi Gabbard so scared of sending American troops? Well, it's because of her political party, and that's just not popular. If you're a Democrat and you start saying, we need to be involved in more wars, that you kind of lose the base right there because the Democrats do not want the war. They do not want the war at all. They want not to have the war. Um, the comments. If will there be World War III again? No, there's not. Thinking about the Iranian military, for it to be World War III, there would have to be some kind of equal problem, right? Some equal force. There would have to be some kind of, if America and Iran go at it, there would have to be some kind of equal. And it would be like saying an Iraq and Iran, I'm sorry, a Pakistan and Indian war would be we're World War III. And it's not. The fight's over in 3 days. If America went to war with Iran, it would be over in no time. It would be just like Baghdad. It'd be just like Baghdad Bob. Do you guys remember Baghdad Bob? Probably not. You're too young. He was the chief. Hey, good morning, Kinjal. Kinjal. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry. I start looking at the comments, Kinjal, and I get distracted. If you were to, in the Iraq war, everybody said, oh no, you're going to go to war against the Arabs and they're going to drag this out and they're going to kill you because they're savages and America won't stand a chance. It's going to be Vietnam all over again. And what do we do, dude? We ran into Baghdad. We just started throwing elbows, just. And Baghdad Bob was the Iraqi spokesperson, and he would come out and say, we are killing the Americans. They are dying by the millions. There's death everywhere. And he would say these things, and all of a sudden you would see American tanks come up behind him. He'd be like, oh, gotta go. I mean, we just wiped them. And that would be the same with a Indian-Pakistani war. It'd be the same, dude, just over. So this idea that Iran would fight against America and to be World War III was never going to happen. I hate to quote Loki from the Avengers. What quarrel does an ant have with a boot? I mean, that's what they are, dude. You just wipe them out, and we could do that so quickly because, what I think what you may see is America give the nod to Israel and be like, "You want to take a piece of this? You want to take a piece of this?" And they probably would take a piece of it. So even if Iran, who's Iran's allies? Russia and China. Even if that became the new trifecta of tyranny against America, I don't think they would stand. I just don't think they would stand, man. I think the military of America is so beyond anything that the world is ready for. I just don't think it would stand because people say, well, China, they got a billion-man army. There's billion people there. What are you, crazy? You don't think India has that many people? Come on, man. And I'm going to tell you just from a logistic standpoint, just think about what I'm going to say logistically standing. The Chinese army number are inflated because a lot of them aren't really soldiers. They're a conscript, and conscript does not want to fight, right? Their troop movement is by train. That's how they would move around the country to get ready to be deployed. And if China stepped in, okay, just think about this. This works on video games, right? This works on board games. Bomb the trains. That's all you got to do. Bomb the trains, and these troops are done. Russia, there's a saying in America about Russia because people will say, aren't you worried about Russia developing a suitcase nuclear device? And the American response is, we'll worry about Russia when they can perfect the suitcase. Russia, and I know we have a lot of Russian viewers and listeners, Russia can't take Ukraine. Right? They can't take Ukraine. They just can't do it. So even I don't think Russia has the full heart to say we want a war with America. Because, and again, and I don't mean to sound sanctimonious. I don't mean to sound overconfident. Listen, countries are made up of people, right? People have a culture. People have an ethos, right? People have that. India, India has a way about her. Her military has a way about her because of the culture. America is the same way. Russia is the same way. China is the same way. Iran is the same way. Pakistan is the same way, right? There's a culture. There's a way how people are. And I hate to say it to you, but the American army is Rocky. It's Rocky Balboa, the Italian stallion. I mean, we've been bred for war. I mean, that's what we do. We do war, right? Unfortunately. And I just don't think it would stand. I don't think it would stand. I mean, seriously, if you think about a Pakistan Indian war, it would be over in days. It would be over in days. Okay, let's take a look here at the comments. Hey, Professor, thanks for reacting to Indian Armed Forces. You help keep the morale high. Well, Mr. Singh, looks like you are a soldier. I salute you for your service. You are one of the true heroes of India, and I appreciate that. But the truth on social media, videos showing people of Iran and Iraq are happy with the death. I'm sure they are happy because I think when you look at the death of this general, he was a viceroy. He was larger than life. He's flying here and he's flying there and he's planning things and he's doing these things. And if you cross him, you're dead. And it's like, oh no, how can we, how can we tell this guy no? Oh no, this guy is able, America's saying this, America's saying that, and he's still doing his stuff. And here he is, missile up the butt. All of a sudden it just shocks the world of all these people who thought he was untouchable. Oh well, now he's pushing daisies. Hello, Professor. Let's hope there's world peace. That would be great, but unfortunately, I don't think it's ever going to happen. Iran has strategic leverage over the Strait of Hormuz. True, but we could disrupt that at any point in time. Kinjal, Madam Gao, Madam Gao. That's so hilarious. I love that you get the reference. Always happy. Well, hello, back to you. America, China, Russia, everybody is on India on their side. I sure would hope so. I don't know about China. I don't know about if China would. I think China is opportunistic because China likes to think that they're the baddest person in the neighborhood, but India really is, and they would maybe try to take advantage of that somehow. India would most likely be neutral in World War III. Russia is not on anybody's side, and in the countries you mentioned, no one is bothered by the nincompoop countries. And that's good to say. That's good to see because you don't really see anybody coming to Iran's defense. Am I right? I guarantee you with Trump, if something happened, if ISI was able to get a nuclear device into Mumbai and devastate it, America would be there with India. America would jump into that war, traditional warfare, and would just root it out with you guys. Would just root it out. So China and Pac are teaming up, and that's what's expected. So India is actually preparing itself for a combined attack, which is, I don't think it's going to happen. There's nothing wrong with preparing it. But I think you have a card in your pocket, and I don't think you need the card, India, but you have the card of Donald Trump. Trump ain't gonna let that. Trump would be, that would be enough, I think. He was the mastermind of the attack on the car of Israel Consul car in 2010. Yes, he is. How can U.S. Iran? Ooh, wait. The comments just moved. I need to get the comments back. How can U.S., Iran, North Korea tensions be diffused immediately without effect that we can shift our focus on China? Well, I think the Iranians are going to learn a very hard lesson. And I don't think the focus, I don't think any of that matters because we wouldn't go into a straight up war with Iran. I think we would just drone the hell out of them. Right, they would just drone the hell out of them. And I think North Korea, if you know the history of North Korea is terrified of America. And why they are terrified is because in the Korean War, we leveled cities. We bombed the hell out of them. and we had a difficult time in the actual conventional warfare, not because they were Korean soldiers, but because they were Chinese soldiers. And I think China is now intertwined with their economy with America, that they're going to have to resort to something sneaky and not overtly. America, and I'm going to just tell you from the American standpoint, even with us, it may look like America is spread so thin. America right now, according to all the military experts that I believe in, say we could fight 5 wars right now, full on. Not like, well, we got a little bit of troops here, we got a little bit of troops there. That's even we can fight 5 wars right now, and that's with our bases. Never mind, we got people in Korea, Japan, Germany, Iraq, Afghanistan, wherever. We could still do that. Upcoming stars. Well, hello. Russia's not on anybody's side in the countries you mentioned. No one bothered about the nincompoops. Okay, we're getting caught up on the comments. Niksat Singh, thank you. Very, very thanks, sir. Well, hello. So China and Pak are teaming up. What else we got? India will now retake Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. India now retakes Pakistan's occupied Kashmir. I think that's coming. Has it happened? I don't think I've seen anything on that yet. Or is that your prediction? Right. Where else do we have? And it's lined up troops right now from Kashmir to Omar. India has lined up the troops? Mind at Rest said, sorry. Where else we are in comments? Okay. J-Ho, Professor. J-Ho, that's pretty cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. J-Ho, India. Happy New Year back to you. Hello? India's going to Mars, but Pakistan cannot enter India as terrorists. That's Pakistan agreed. India is not run by the Nehru Gandhi coward family now. We won't be neutral like 1945 in Vietnam or Vietnam, I'm guessing is what you're saying. We'll be American ally. I think with Trump and Modi's, I think India would be an ally to America to a point, and depending where the fight is. You know what I mean? I think to a point. And because you can do things like, hey, India, can we fly our fighters over your airspace? Yeah, absolutely. I don't see Indians saying no to that. There's a lot of military training going on between both teams, between America and India. I find it hard to believe that India would not help us in any way. Okay, guys, I need to just hang tight for like 30 seconds. I need to fill up my coffee mug, okay? And it's early in the morning and I'm in my pajamas. So if you see pajama shot, don't make fun of SpongeBob or anything. If I just happen to be wearing SpongeBob pajamas, don't make fun of them. Or Pokemon, don't make fun of them. Okay, this is the equivalent of chai. I got my chai, I got my coffee, and I'm back at it, yo. Love my coffee. Let's see. Let's get these comments caught up again. Mr. Dash, China's another threat in expanding other territories. They claim everything belongs to them. They do. The Chinese are greedy little people, aren't they? Here's the problem, though, with that, Mr. Dash. India is right next to them. And if you really wanted, I think if you really wanted to, this is what I think America would do. This is what I would do if I were president. I would begin talking with Japan about getting a Navy, an Army, and Air Force together. Japan has been the natural predator of China for ages. And I remember being a kid, learning in school about how Japan would invade China and take it over, and it's like, how is that possible? It's a little tiny country. China's huge. How is that possible? Well, I think war is in the DNA of the Japanese, even though now that they've, they had 2 nukes dropped on them and they've completely flipped with being I don't know. How would you describe the culture? Very non-aggressive. I think that's still in them, and that would come right back. And if you get a militarized Japan in the area, I'm sure China would freak out, just freak out. Tom Holland says hello. I loved you as Spider-Man. China is just a big economy which India can blockade as soon as the war starts. I agree. They could absolutely, Mr. Singh, and I don't think there's much China could do about it. India wouldn't be neutral on Russian Accords. I'm not familiar with the Russian Accords. I'm going to have to look into that. China wouldn't want its economy to be crushed in days. And you're right, Mr. Singh, because that's what would happen. And I think that's kind of what keeps China out. China runs its mouth against little nations, right? They do. They run the mouth against little nations, and but they don't mess with the big boys. They don't do that because they know that they'll get glopped in that. Another Mr. Singh says, yes, Mr. Singh is right. So the Singhs agree. I agree. Shubham says, one question, Professor Sir. Why India is still fighting to have permanent seat in the UN Security Council or veto power of the U.S. is with India? Well, it's not always up to just America. The whole council has to agree upon it. And you have enemies in that council. And on top of that, well, let me rephrase this for you, Shubham. Trump is with India. Republicans are with India. Nationalists are with India. The Democrats are not. The Democrats are like the Congress Party, and they're not with you. They're against you. They see you as an obstacle of laying waste to the American or the Indian dreams, right? So Trump is with you. American people are with you that like Trump, but everybody else is against you, if that makes any sense. And what really kind of strikes me odd is that a lot of Indians typically vote Democrat. Same with Jews, and traditionally African Americans. And it was Democrats that brought in slavery. I don't get the whole thing. Like, let's not be loyal to tradition. Let's be loyal to people and what they say and what they do. Let's see. How many Iranian sleeper cells do you think are presently in mainland USA? Probably not as many as they brag about. There's usually a braggadocious ratio. And there was that, I don't remember how long ago it was, where this general came out and said, we are closer to you than you have no idea of. But I don't think it's that many, because I think, well, it probably also depends where you live. But I'm pretty sure the government has tabs on any kind of Persian, communication, groupings, cells. I think that they probably know who they are. I don't. I don't think it's like, oh no, we had all these cells, we have no idea, now we're under siege. And again, like where I live in Arizona, sweet home Arizona, with the gun laws the way they are, nobody needs a license to have a gun in Arizona and to conceal it. You just put it down your pants and put your shirt over it. No laws. It has a chilling effect on crime. So if there were some kind of, where I live, some kind of, Persian plot, it'd be shot down, literally shot down in minutes. What else we have here? If both Korea united like Germany, it's all good. What do you think? I think it'd be so difficult. It would be like, because North Korea is so crazy and so backwards, and has this idea that they should be running Korea and not the South Koreans, and that it should be a dictatorship. It would be like taking Pakistan in. If India said, let's just bring Pakistan and, let's bring in, I'm old and I'm forgetting the grouping of the country next to Assam. Why am I forgetting them? The Muslim that were a part of India. My mind's going blank. No. I keep wanting to say Bangladesh. Oh, finally. If you brought that all together, you're going to have some issues. gonna have there's gonna be a little. It's gonna be like when you get a new roommate. You're gonna be adjusting a little bit to the problems. Let's go back up and look at the comments. Oh man, the comments have gotten away from me here. Okay, just bear with me as I get Shubham. Why is your message restricted? Boy, oh boy, the comments came in. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get caught up to the comments so we can talk about this. The Accords, Sing is Right, Mission Pork, sir. Ravi took his message down. What do you think when World War III is going to happen? When do I think it's going to happen? I'm not sure. It's coming, I think. Trump or Hillary Clinton? Trump. I like Trump. The U.S. has never been an Indian ally historically. They tilt now just to keep China in check. Well, I think it's more than that. I think it's because Trump actually likes Modi. And Trump's big problem that he's having in America is he's going against typically American policy. He's going against the American policy, and it's making all the deep staters mad. So as far as Trump is concerned, I'm sorry, I just looked down. Sometimes you act like a 5-year-old kid. Well, thank you. Well, that is what it is, I guess. Thank you. So I think Kumar Vindad Kumar, I think it is. It's more than that with Trump. It's more than that than Trump. Forget Iran, NK, USA tensions. I actually see the biggest hotbed of military in the world, the LOC between India and Pak. They bombard each other on an hourly basis. I guess tomato. I guess. Bijwat says Jai Hind, back to you. Fire Knight says Chinese are both greedy and little. You're requoting me, I think, is what you're saying, right? All right, let's see what these other comments are. Ravi, if Nehru would have been the first prime minister in India, would have been America's ally since 1960. I agree with that completely. I agree. They are like little Chihuahua versions of humans. Ooh, people say Hitler was a demon. What about Madame Gao of China? I agree. Japan, Germany had become pacifist country. That's why they'll never be superpowers again in big economies. Ravi, I think Germany will rise up again. Those people are crazy. Ravi, I think that time India has done good by not being Americans' ally because at the time U.S. wasn't 100% anti-India. Shubham, unfortunately, I think you're right. All you got to do is look at the Clinton era, and which is unfortunate. U.S. is India friend, but in every war, Russia stands with India, not us. How can we believe that the U.S. not stands with India, not the U.S. How can we believe that the U.S. with the U.S. near future war? China is scared of USA, South Korea, Japan, Australia, India partnership. I agree. They're completely terrified by that. India would have been in the UN permanent seat, but Nehru gave it away to China. Wow, dude, that sucks. Do you think Mr. Modi has a religious Hindu agenda? I suppose we shouldn't be surprised by that, because again, it goes back to what we were talking about, the pendulum. The pendulum was pushed by the Congress Party to the far left, leaving and when they pushed that social pendulum to the far left, what it did is it made all the Hindus uncomfortable. It made them feel exposed. It made them feel endangered. And now that there's been a correction in the pendulum, it has gone to the far right. So it wouldn't surprise me if somebody said, that he has a Hindu agenda. And I don't think a Hindu agenda is necessarily in a democracy a bad thing. You know what I mean? I don't think so. I mean, I don't really hear of religious persecution in India. I don't hear about Muslims being rounded up, or Christians being rounded up, or Sikhs being rounded up, and you know, you just don't hear that, and I don't think there's anything wrong with I don't think of the Hinduism actually agenda that you're pointing to as a religious one. I think of it more of a cultural, and I don't think that's necessarily wrong for people to want their culture being protected. I hope that makes sense to you. Um, Ravi, it's changing. Do you think Tulsi Gabbard is using her Indian American ethnicity? Yes, I do. I do, but she's not liked by the Democrats, and she has no chance in hell of winning anything at all. Oh man, a lot of comments I gotta get caught up on here. Should we compare India as a failed nation like Pakistan? No, because mind at rest, India is not a failed nation at all. Sumya says a member of British Parliament took an oath on Gita being a Christian with her eyes filled with watering tears. Really? I didn't know that. Who was it? Singh says Iran will try to do at least something because the regime needs to silence the angry people. I think Iran has a problem that Pakistan does is that's run by the military, and at some point in time, I think you'll see civil unrest, if you will. Mr. Dash says Pakistan is concerned about Kashmir, like all Muslim populations living in Kashmir. What about Muslims in China, where Pak buys their missiles and pints them green? That's a very good point, Mr. Dash, because Muslims are being rounded up. What it really tells you is that this whole fake outrage about how Muslims are being treated is fake. Because if that was the case, why isn't there a big Islamic outcry against China for their brothers, their sisters that are being rounded up, right? Pakistan is a greedy dog who licks anyone's feet who gives him a biscuit. That's what Mr. Singh says. Do you think Mr. Modi has a religious agenda, Cone? Again, I think it's probably more cultural. Um, let's comments. What's going on? Hold on a second. Ooh. Oh man, what's going on here? Let's see. Okay, I get caught up in the comments. It's very, very. Man, you guys are just pouring in the comments. This is awesome. Thank you. Shubham. So, Professor, if Trump and the Republicans are with India, then what's the matter? I think U.S. politics these days are run by the Republicans. Well, not. The Senate is controlled by the Republicans. The House is not. The media is controlled by the Democrats. So there's always a constant push against Trump. So that's the problem. The problem is, what if the Congress Party controlled all of your media? Shubham. How would that look? I mean, because that's what's going on in America. Well, we see who will win 2020. Trump will win. 75% of Indians voted for conservatives in recent UK elections. Good. That's good. That's good to know. When the neighbors have a Muslim agenda, India has a Hindu agenda for self-protection. Probably a very good point. Vesser Bunch. Hey, what's up, Vesser Bunch? Hello. A member of Britain Parliament took an oath with a Bhagavad Gita, being a Christian, and my eyes were filled with tears. Sumya, you're a Christian? I did not know that. Yes, Vesser Bunch. What's up, Vesser Bunch? Yes, I'm still alive. Sumya. Hello, Vesser Bunch. Vesser Bunch is back. Hey, nice. Like to see the Vesser Bunch. Very good. Yellow Vesser Bunch. That's what Sumya says. Jews control USA. No argument on that. Listen, Jews do not control the USA. If the Jews controlled the USA, why are we so anti-Semitic? There was the last time we were doing live. Somebody asked me, do I think the Jews control the world? If they do, they're doing a terrible job because they let themselves get killed all the time, right? Like, I mean, like it would be like saying if Hindus controlled the world, why is everybody anti-Hindu? Why is there so much conflict? You know, why is the LOC a line of issue? It shouldn't win. We're getting a question here. This is like, everybody listen up to this one. Who will win in a street fight? Radical Muslims versus the Crips. Dude, the Crips. The Crips would win because the Crips can really fight, and the Crips have way more weapons. So I would give the edge in that fight to the gangs, who are yeah. I just think like you know that they would do too. too. Um, Americans are lucky to have Trump. He doesn't appease. He is a businessman. And he does straight talk. He knows the value of money, so he cut aid to PAC. Yes, that is true. That is very true. What do I think about race mixing going on in the USA and Europe? Whites are becoming a minority. Um, yeah, Again, I'm going to answer this question, Eddie, too. I think probably from a Christian worldview. I don't tend to look at people via race. I tend to look at people via heart. It doesn't, if I'm the lone white man left in the world, if it's just me and Mr. Vesser, who are the only two white dudes in the world, I don't think I would have a problem with that. It doesn't bother me. I'm more concerned about the condition of the heart of the person in front of me, right? Especially like from my Christian point of view, when you look at something like eternity, the kingdom of God, you're not looking at like, well, there's a white dude, there's a black dude, it's either believer or non-believer. So I don't think that I have a problem with it. The problem I have with it is the vilification that's going on in American media over white people, privileged. Like, listen, dude, I had nothing to do with slavery. How many of you commenting right now fought against Great Britain for your independence? And that wasn't even that long ago, right? At some point in time, the past is the past, but it makes for good identity politics. It makes for good, divide and conquer. Kumar says both Modi and Trump are facing the same issues. Yes, hostile establishment, propaganda against them. Democrats are playing the same game. It amazes me how much the Congress Party and the Democrats mirror each other. And just, I want to ask you guys something here. Well, let me get caught up on the comments first. I am with America even if 52 Muslim nations are against them. So I'm guessing, sir, that maybe you're Muslim, and that's fine. I mean, that's a bold statement if you are, and thank you for that statement. Let me see. Modi has teamed up with the Zionist. Define Zionist for me. I'd like a definition of what you say Zionist is. Because I'm going to tell you, from my definition of Zionist, I would be a Zionist. I am pro-Israel. I am pro-Israel and think Israel should be allowed to exist in a bigger area that she's in. I think that when you look at the Old Testament, what was given to Israel takes up a lot of space. And I think they should have that. What else do we have here? Looks like some back and forth conversations. Very good. Okay. Ooh, man, these comments are just keeping him. But Jews controlled the whole slave trade in America. What? Adi, the second. What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? Come on, dude. Adi, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm sure you're a very nice person, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Mr. Dash, I hope the fight against terrorism, India can have the edge with the Trump card. Yes, I'm sure they will. America is blessed to have a slim population. What else do we have here? Zionists are people who believe in the state for Jews. Well, they are entitled to a country, Adi. And I don't. like, okay, I don't. Adi the second, where are you from? Are you like a white supremacist nationalist? Is that what we're getting from you? Am I reading that right? Because we'll talk about that later. Let's see. Show. Comments. How are we doing? Do I receive pushback from my friends and neighbors for supporting Trump? No, because the area that I live in is probably one of the most conservative areas, and within that area, I live in the most conservative zip code. So no, I think it's just the opposite where I live. And if you don't support Trump, you would get pushback. India should always be ready to use two-front war. Okay, so all right, I think we are caught up. Now, I want to bring something up that was brought to my attention here, and there was a comment made in a video. I uploaded an old video of the Black movie review that the Warrior Queen and I did. She wasn't feeling well. I wasn't feeling well, and we try to get videos up at least once a day. At least one video a day. And she suggested, hey, Bulbasaur, what's up, Bulbasaur? What's up? Bulbasaur's in the house. Dude, Bulbasaur may be one of the original subscribers. He may be. He never answers that, even though I ask them. So I put up this video, and well, thank you, Mr. Dash. The Phoenicians were. They were defeated, though, by the Israelis, but that's fine. I accept my defeat and move on, regroup. And somebody made a comment about our stupid reactions to the video. And they said that, that they went woke in this video and started talking about how they cannot really comment on what goes on with India and Pakistan because they've been biased by the Western media. And they don't have all the information to say anything. And people were looking for me to make a comment on that or to say something about it. And I didn't see the actual clip because by the time I was able to get the comment, I got the comment on my phone, which doesn't have the same YouTube capabilities as my laptop that I'm on. And so I asked for a link. They gave me the link, but it was held. So I didn't see it on my phone. And I was like, And some people were weighing in and out. And well, Mr. Singh, thank you, and thank you for taking time, sir. Just everybody. Mr. Singh here took time off his patrol to watch us here. We salute you for keeping India safe. I am with you, Mr. Singh. Jai Hind. Go out there and defend your motherland well. Make us proud. Return safely. Return with honor, sir. And you like Siberian and Alaskan Malamutes? Siberian. Do I like Siberian? I used to have a Siberian Husky. Anyways, what was it? Oh, yeah. So our stupid reactions. I get distracted. Now, I should ask the Vesser Bunch because I do a lot of live reactions. How do you keep your train of thought when you start seeing the comments popping up? It's impossible. So they were asking me to comment on it. So I did not see the actual video. And what I understand, Nikhil, the food blogger, said they made it private. Then they edited and they took that portion out and said they had technical difficulties and put it back up. And I think wife handles comments while I talk. Very good. Shubham, I'm sorry. What was the question? I'm a middle-aged man who gets distracted. I'm like a 5-year-old, and there's just way too much candy floating in front of my face, Shubham. So hit me again with your question, Shubham. So tag team with the struggle. So funny. So I didn't see the comment that they made, but I'm going to tell you. I'm just going to tell you because I'm going to be real, and I love India, like I love Israel, like I love my church. There are people who are genuinely interested in you, and there are people who are not. And I just think that's up to the individual's heart to decide who is for me, who is against me. I can't tell you who you should be supporting or not supporting. I see the comments all the time come through. Why don't you have 1 million subscribers? Why don't you have 1 million? I don't have that because I tell you how I feel. I'm honest with you, and I'm gonna tell you completely honest. We're coming up on 195,000 subscribers, and I'm not exaggerating. I've lost that many subscribers. I look at the analytics. People come and they get mad because you ask me my opinion and I give it to you. People get mad. They don't want to hear. People don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear it. They want to hear, well, I don't want to offend anybody. I'm tired of this woke stuff, right? I you know, if woke is the culture, then I'm in a coma, baby, right? I'm if woke is where it's at, I'm not there. And so I can't really comment on our stupid reactions thing. And okay, hey India, T Series is live. What do you, Shubham? T Series is live. You just gonna take everybody away from me for T Series? Come on, man. I may have to go so I can just go watch T Series. Isn't that terrible? Oh, okay. Here's Shubham's question: how many candidates should there be in a single party for U.S. president elections? It's up to the party to allow it in. It's just one of those things. It could be a million if they wanted to. It does. There is no set policy. If it were me personally making the rules, I would say you have to be polling at a certain percentage, whatever that percentage is. You got a lot of jokers in there, I'm polling at 0.005. Let me on the stage. What do I think about the CAA and NRC Modi government decision, mostly Indian support? What do you think? Raul, I'm in favor of it. And Mr. Dash, I do think the Vesser Bunch is great. I really like them. And there's somebody that I support, and there's somebody that you should support too. You have choices, India. You have choices. Like the Warrior Queen turned me on to this, and I think she's right. There are certain things that she won't go see because they hate us. They hate Christians. They hate Americans. They hate, it's like, so why am I going to go see a movie made by somebody who hates me and give them money so they can hate me even more? I am from Bangalore. I have a friend coming to Bangalore very, very soon. What else is there? When will Trump go after Pakistan? We'll see. We'll see. There's pressure mounting. There's actually pressure mounting. Liberals are suffering from the echo chamber problem. Ravi, you're absolutely right. In behavioral science, they called it mind guarding, and that's exactly what is happening to them. Mind guarding is, I am going to surround myself with people who share my opinion and won't deviate from it at all. So then you start making decisions. No one says, hey, this is a terrible idea, dude. You should not do this at all. This is a terrible, terrible idea. And that nobody says that, and then they go through something that blows up in their face. Who will be the next president of America? It will be Trump. What else we have here? And baldness. Fesser says in baldness. Let's see. Let's compare our baldness, Fesser. What do you think? Although I got hat hair. Yeah, but that's fine. I used to have hair. It was fabulous. It was like mane. I could just run my fingers through it like that. It was incredible. I didn't mean that, Professor. I was just informing about the live T series. Okay, shoot. That's okay. I know. That's fine. I like to tease you sometimes. What do I think about Sam Broom's Ramyan? I don't know if that's what I'm watching. Now, I love Ramyan. I love it. I love it. I got to watch an episode today for my next review. But I love Ramyan. I just love the richness of characters. I'm a little disappointed. I'm watching, and when I tell people which one I'm watching, and I have to look it up, the name, all of my Indian friends are like, "Oh, dude, you picked the worst one. You picked the worst one to watch. That was terrible. You need to watch this one, that one." It's what I have access to. And I love the richness of characters, and I find myself, I'm a lot like Lakshman. I am a lot like Lakshman. I am ride or die. If I am your friend, I am your friend to the end. And if somebody wrongs you, I will tell them to go pound sand. And sometimes that's not always the best thing to do, right? How many times do you see Lakshman like, that's it? Here we go. Only to be like, oh, that was a huge mistake. I probably shouldn't have done that. I mean, Sita is in her condition in Ramyan because Lakshman abandoned his duty because he was angry, or confused, or whatever. I am not white. I'm not white. I'm an Aryan. Nothing against anyone. I'm just trying to have dialogue. And you're welcome to have dialogue, sir. You're welcome. You're very welcome to that. That's fine. You're welcome here. All comments are welcome here. I may not answer them. The Warrior Queen kind of operates on if you're going to be anti-Christian, anti-Hindu, or anti-Jew, she just blocks you and bans you. I don't really have much to do with it. I used to, but it's just too much. Yes, Vidnot Lakshman was quick to anger, and that's my problem. That's why my channel, I think, doesn't have 500,000 subscribers, because I get angry when people say things, and and people just get upset by it when whatever. I mean, I could probably go on too far about this. Let's see. If you are loving Ramyan, then your mind will be blown what's going to come. Watch Mahabharat. I was trying to do both, and it's just too much, because Ramyan is introducing me to all kinds of different concepts, and a lot of times people will complain about my videos, like, there's no reaction. This guy sucks. And what is happening is my paradigm is shifting. I am going from a Western way of thinking, Occidental towards Oriental. And it's happening in my mind. It's like, whoop. And that's what you see sometimes. Let's see. If his day happened years, so let's see. Pakistan split in too many parts. Balochistan is the first. Well, I guess we're all caught up on comments. And it's probably time for me to move on and do some videos. I'm glad to see everybody is playing along nicely. That's so nice. And I'm going to get going. I'll be back later today with the Warrior Queen. We got some Ramyan coming back. Ramyan is a great epic that teaches us how one should be a great husband, great wife, father, brother, ethics, morals. I agree completely with it. There's so many teachable moments from Ramyana. Yes, thank you, Kinjal. You gave me, you said like skull, so is it Kinskull? Canal? It is too much. It is too much, especially for my Western mind was about ready to blow up. I need to be able to read and digest and watch and understand completely. Please watch the one on YouTube. It's called the Samporium Ramyan. I'm coming up on episode 40 out of 56. That boat sailed, bro. That boat sailed. Any other things before I sign off? Yes. Well, yes. Let's wish the Vesser Bunch a happy new year. I think at some point in time with the Vesser Bunch, we may just team up. Maybe a trip to Idaho, a trip to Phoenix. We may just team up because they're brothers and sisters in arms, and I enjoy their videos. I really do. What else do we have? Anything else? Going once, going twice. That would be great if somebody sends subtitles, but apparently nobody ever does. And I don't mean this to be backhanded, but I get a lot of emails from people saying, "Oh, we'd love to help you. We'd love to help you. We'll do this, we'll do that for you." And then I say, "Hey, can you do that for me?" They're like, "I'm kind of busy." So, okay, whatever. I just move on. Yeah, you're gonna send that. Oh yeah, did you ever get that geoduck done? The geoduck was crazy. I thought that thing was so gross. What's that geoduck, Vesser? Wasn't that geoduck thing so gross? Yeah. What could be Iran's next step? Cyber warfare? What is Iran doing? Cyber warfare? What are they rocking? Like, what are they rocking? IBM 365? What? How much cyber war can you have? They have nothing. Like what? Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just being overconfident in America's position. I agree. Raul Modi does talk hard, and he makes some hard decisions. It's not easy being Modi. Cone coal for me, Ramyana is too much like half head of elephant body and human body. What's your opinion? I haven't seen that. Are you talking about Lord Ganesh? I haven't seen him in. Or are you just talking about like some of the characters? My opinion on it is great teachable moments out of this literature. This is great epic literature like Iliad, it should be held in that regard. And it's not well, it's not for me to comment really that much on your culture. Being a Christian, I have a certain point of view that I look at things. I'm not Hindu, but there are good things in there. And I like what Sadhguru says when he talks about it. He's like, what does it matter? You know, Sadhguru says, what does it matter? And I'm not saying to your question, what does it matter? But he's saying, because he was hit with this. He said, what does it matter? Let's look at it for what it is. It's a man who loves his wife so much that he's willing to go do these things for her. And that's what I take out of it. You know, I need to be a better husband. I need to be not like Lakshman and ready to fight the ape king because he never sent troops. Well, you told us you were going to send troops for us, so we waited, you son of a... Right? Professor, just take your time and let me know when you want the Gita part. When you come to the Gita part of Mahabharata, it's my favorite. Okay, I will do that. Iran has an atomic bomb. Who cares if Iran has an atomic bomb? I'm going to tell you something about atomic bombs versus dirty bombs, right? America knows exactly who has what because atomic bombs give off a radiation signature that satellites can penetrate, even through lead. They can penetrate. They know. And you don't think as soon as there's an ignition, think, man, Israel just wipe them out. So how do we send subtitles to you? I guess Amitabh Sharman. It's like what was that movie? Amitabh Bachchan. And the little boy fell in the poop. What was the movie? Oh, I forgot. Said subtitles to me. I guess you probably would have to download a video and edit it and put the subtitles in and then send it to me maybe through Google Drive or something. First understand what Ramyana is. A very good point. Unless you experience Hinduism, Dharma, you'll never understand. Mind at rest, I don't know. All I can do is my best, right? Hindu marriage policy of having one wife is kind of inspired from Ramyana. Ganesh, any god I see animal attached. Okay, I guess I'll let my Indian friends hash that out with you, sir. Emo sucks, as well said, Professor. You understand Hinduism and Ramyana. You are one of the educated ones on YouTube. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I try to apply myself to this. Ramyana is called Purushottam, which means the greatest among men. Slumdog Millionaire. Yes, you're right. Slumdog Millionaire. You are absolutely right about that. Yes. I used it as an outro for a while because that's how the Warrior Queen is about Amitabh. She loves Amitabh. She really does. Like, and it's not. I don't think she crushes on Amitabh, but I think she just is so loves his acting style and the presence that he has. And when you see him in Sholay, dude, that's bad butt, bro. He gets hit with that chair. How many people have ripped that off? Oh, John Abraham made a whole career out of ripping off the angry young man, right? Let's pray for peace. We don't want another world war. Let's pray for peace, Adam, but it's coming. What did we say? What else we have here? I love you. Are you saying that to me? Or are you saying that to Kinjal, who is right below you in the comments? I don't know. Are you hitting on her? I'm just teasing you. Oh, I love you too. I love you too, bro. What do I think about the Pakistani government mostly involved in terror? Somebody asked me at the very first live stream I did, what do you think about terrorism? I'm against it. I just cracked them. I'm against it. I'm against it. I'm against school shootings. I'm against puppies being run over. Like, I love it. I'm just having fun. I'm joking. What days have you streamed? I typically do streams on Saturday. When are you coming to India, Professor? We'd love to visit our country. It depends. The Warrior Queen has a medical condition. She cannot fly long periods of time, and that's kind of a problem. Unless we want to get the ape armies together and build a nice road like they did to Sri Lanka, it's going to be a while. She's got to get that cleared up first. Can you say the Warrior Queen is in awe of he? Are you talking about the guy who cheated with what's her name? The Warrior Queen movie. Is that who you're talking about, Kinjal? Ritik? Are you talking about Ritik? If you're talking about Ritik, she doesn't like Ritik because Ritika was a cheater. She doesn't like Ritik at all. What place in India would I go visit? Well, if I were to go, and let's just talk about the Vesser asked me, what place in India would I go visit? Now, I have Indian friends here that are from India that I go to church with. They are Christian, and they are from Chennai, and they are from Vizag, and they're from Hyderabad. And when we talk about India, because they go back periodically, and they'll take a couple months, they want me to go with them. So my guess is I would go to Vizag, Chennai, and Hyderabad is my guess. And Shubham said, it must be Vizag. Shubham's already there. Shubham knows. And I got to tell you, Vizag to me, and I remember when we did more movie content, and it was a guy named Ani who used to come on all the time. And he was like, why Vizag, dude? It's like a hillbilly town. It's like a hick town, nothing there. Only 2 million people, which is a lot in America. And Vizag looks like, it's, first of all, you're on the Bay of Bengal. It's beautiful. You have the Navy base there, like serious special forces are there. And it would be, what's going on here with Vesser Bunch? It would be awesome if you guys could come with us, but it'll be a while away, October, November. Vesser Bunch, it's probably going to be longer for the Warrior Queen, probably a couple years before she can do that. But anyways, I would agree, Vesser Bunch, it would be great if we all went. But back to my friends that live in India, what they want to do is they want to take me to and have me stay with their family. When it's like, you can stay with my uncle's house. He would say it's okay. I don't even know your uncle. And it's like, that's fine. Guest is God. It's like, okay. Professor Amitabh Bachchan cheated on Jaya. Is that true? I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't know what the Warrior Queen would say or do if she heard that. Okay, Shubham, how far is Lucknow from Hyderabad? What do I think about Indian fascism? Not familiar with it. From Lucknow. says Emo Sucks says don't go to Vizag, Chennai, or Hyderabad. It's all S. South is all S except Goa. Go to Delhi. Delhi is the best city in India. Yes, I'm from Delhi. Gabru. Emo Sucks is my Gabru. Vizag is near my state. Okay, we can have another video on film stars and their affairs. Dude. Professor, we would really love it if you start making daily life vlogs. I'm working on it, and I'm working on a bunch of different stuff. Some restaurant reviews. We got some restaurants lined up. We're going to do an Indian restaurant called Indian Bazaar, which is known in Phoenix for their desserts. And I've never really had Indian desserts, and that sounds kind of good. You know, a fat dude eating desserts, like, so much can go wrong. Yeah. And then we're going to a place, an Italian restaurant called Bubo de Beppo's. And then I forget what we're going to do in March. But we're going to do another. Lucknow was 500 kilometers east of Delhi. Don't forget Lucknow. Breaking news, Professor. U.S. jets are flying over Baghdad right now as you speak. Oh. Here it comes. Iran. Iran's going to take another one. Oh. Iran's going to be like, thank you, sir. May I have another? As he get paddled. I'll have to go check that out. What's going on? Lucknow, Raul and Shubham. I would have to come see Shubham too, and I'd have to find out where Sumya is. I always ask Sumya, "What town are you from?" and he never answers me. Never. I don't know. Lucknow is 797 miles from Hyderabad. Oh, that's terrible. That's a long drive. So I probably need to go to India for 90 days. Is my guess. Please come to Lucknow. 797 miles. Okay, so Kajal's getting in on with the emoji sucks guy. Funny. I love to see. I One of my favorite things is when I see the Indian comments in the videos, and I don't. I'm going to generalize, right? And I hope I don't offend anybody by my generalization. But I find Indians to be super funny people. The sense of humor that you guys have as a culture is freaking hilarious. Odisha, Sumya, you're from Odisha. So is Mr. Dash. So I could see both of you guys. That's awesome. Okay. And the sense of humor just cracks me up, man. I laugh sometimes. I just laugh so hard, especially when the internet is turned on in Pakistan, and Pakistan will show up and make comments in the videos, like, America sucks, you suck, we're the greatest thing. ISI is the greatest thing ever. And you just watch this convergence of Indian comments on it. It is so hilarious, dude. Just so funny. Um, Buna Beshwar. Sohit, what's up, Sohit? I'm doing good, Sohit. I agree. Kinjal, lifetime would not be enough. You do have a great sense of humor. You have a great sense of humor. It's. I have two Indian customers that are Southern Indian, and they own a delicatessen, and they're super nice people, and they're just infectious smiles. When I walk in and I say Namaskaram, and they just crack up. They just crack up and they hang out and talk with me, and I just love them. I love them to death. They're nice guys. No tourists on YouTube. Visit Odisha, so I've never forced anyone. Shubham, thanks, Shubham. Nice, Professor. Will you also visit? Would I visit Pakistan? I would visit Pakistan only in the role of co-protector. Only in role of co-protector. There was a thing that was going on in the Ukrainian-Russian war, the Donbass fighters. And they were foreign fighters that just showed up that wanted to fight Russia. That's probably how I would be. I would just show up next to like some Indian, black cats with my beanie on and my blackface makeup with my AR-15 and be like, "What's up, bro? You ready to do this? Let's do this." That's how I would visit them. Josh L said, "Hey, I bounced away for a while. Why did I miss everything? We figured out, Josh L. We figured out the mysteries of life. What is true love? Which religion is right? Everybody agreed on it. You missed out, buddy." Yes, Cone Cole, you're absolutely right about Modi, and that's Trump's biggest problem. Strange. Okay, boy, this has been a blast. This has not been a blast. So, again, I'll count the countdown. Any last questions? I'm not sure when the Festival of Broad's going to happen. I haven't heard from them. And I know they're still wrapping up. Don't forget, I'm kidding. Don't forget to add, I'm kidding. I joke. I'm kidding. I joke. I don't know. They're still wrapping up their European tour, and I don't know when they're coming to America, but I'll be ready. And I'm going to bring it too, dude. I'm going to bring it like old school, Pentecostal. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to count down. Unless there's a compelling question that happens. 3, 2, any compelling questions? 1. This is a final call. Yes, I'll watch it. Final call. Yes, I'll watch it on January 26th. Anything else? How am I? I'm doing fine. I love when I get ready to end the live stream and I see the comments coming in, because while I end it, it takes a moment for my end to kind of wrap up, but people can still comment. And people, Josh L, the camera is upgraded, but I have a new laptop and I'm in the process of transferring everything over. So the camera is going to be upgraded. What's the next video? The next video is going to be, I'm putting up 3 luxury food in India. I'm going to do a reaction video on the Vesser Group, and I can't remember. Yes, I have the better camera, but I'm in the process of switching things over to the new laptop, which is right there in the new camera. So I agree. Yes, a better camera is coming shortly. Shubham, I'm not sure. Email me about. So sorry, I don't follow you. on that. Okay. Russian dude, I'm talking about the caste system in Indian society as fascism. Okay. I see the pixels of my soul. Oh. I have doubt. Are you a professor working in college? No, professor is a nickname. I am not a higher education professional. Okay, email me. Yes. A lot of anti-Hindu comments here. Very bad. Well, I agree. I agree. All right, you ready? 3, 2. 3, 2, 1. Last call. Any compelling comment before I end the live stream? Any compelling comment? No? Okay. Well, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I really appreciate it. And Modi Hindu 8 agenda. No, anyways. Aloha snack bar. Nice. Trump 2020. When's the next live? It's going to be every Saturday. I'm going to do it every Saturday. Bye, my friends. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. I'm real close to 200,000. I would like to get 200,000 done. I would like, so if you guys aren't subscribers, if you would, it's just right there and it's bugging me. I want to get to 200,000. And so anyways, thank you so much, guys. I love you. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace and much love.